What is up, everybody? It's your boy Phil Shocker, the Nice Hedgehog here, and we are here for, unfortunately, the TBL recap. If you guys were not following the TBL, which you should be still on TBL Twitch.tv TBL, Gold had played his match as of recording this video. He played it literally today, and I watched it. And Gold lost 3-0, but with beating 3 mons on his opponent's time, he got 1 point to tie with me. And due to the fact that Gold and I have tied with record, and even though I have 1 point, I think 1 or 2 points better on differential, this was based on the point system, not the record and the differential. The record and differential was based on tiebreakers. So when the points were tied, it came down to our tiebreaker in terms of matchup. And unfortunately, since Gold did beat me week 5, we just by 1 point pretty much are knocked out of playoffs. And I know a lot of you are going to probably feel really angry and salty towards Gold that, like he's not the rightful person to be making the playoffs and everything like that. But I just want everyone to know, I said it in the stream after my match with Playmaker. I said whether I won, whether I made it or not, I had an absolute blast. I loved this season. This was a league that really had so much like fun. There was so much great time to play against some new people, some good potential players, some old players that I knew, and just overall had just one of the best times. I drafted some of the best mons I think I've ever used, and I just overall had the best time of my life. So even though it does seem a little bad to be knocked out of playoffs by a point system, I can't be mad with having. First off, we finished with 6-4, which means we finished with a positive record, and we finished with a +6 differential, which means we finished this season with a positive record and a positive differential, which in itself right there, that's a victory right there for me. Especially for this being one of the two main Wi-Fi leagues I did, but this one being the one I wanted to be more serious in terms. So I think for our debut in the Wi-Fi scene, I'm 100% happy with this. I'm 100% happy with this. Would have been awesome to make playoffs and face Playmaker for the third time. Definitely would have been awesome, but again, I'm not mad, and I don't want anyone to be mad at Gold or the TBL staff. They ran their league the way they have been for years. There's nothing wrong, and then nothing they could have done to change it unless they changed it before the season starts. So, just to put this in video, I'm not mad. I'm not upset. I'm just generally happy of how well we did this season, and just overall what a great time I had. So, with that being said, normal recap. We're gonna go over the mons that did amazingness for the season, and some of the mons that maybe were a little laid back, didn't do that hot for us, and obviously talk about any transactions that we made. So first off, let's kick it off with the transactions. First, we have Regieleki, Beware, and Reboot. Now, Reboot originally wasn't on this thing because I traded it for, I believe it was Joe. Yes, it was Joe, and I traded him Reboot so he can have. No, I traded him Rapidash. Excuse me, Rapidash, so I can have Reboot. And he wanted Rapidash so badly. And I was like, you know what? I'll be nice, try new things, and I gave him Reboot. Ended up not using Reboot, even though I should have used Reboot probably at some point. Could have used it for something, but it was what it was. Beware, I think, was a little sad I couldn't use. I think first off we brought it to some games, but it just didn't get to hit the field because of how well we did it with some other mons. So if there was one mon I wish I kind of would have kept around the team, I guess it was Reboot. Regieleki would have been another one I would have loved to keep, but again, ground types were always coming. But the good news would have been that was I would have definitely had a advantage with the aspect of knowing he brings his ground type, and then if I had like a really good grass or bug Pokemon, I can always pair that off every single week to make sure I can kind of counteract any of the weaknesses and stuff like that. So Regieleki was another one I kind of sadly didn't get to use one, even though it came in the clutch with in one matchup with the Roman Polians. So was unfortunate there, but otherwise I had a lot of fun with these mons. I definitely would like to try to give them another chance if Sword and Shield draft leagues are still going on by then. So that is those are the honorable mentions. So let's go around to the mons we had this season. Unfortunately, Tauros was one of those mons that finished with a 2-5 record. Tauros, I think for I will say this, Tauros was unfairly not given a chance. Tauros was put to sleep. Tauros got hit on a damage roll. Tauros just could not get his feet in the ground. Plus, Tauros didn't get the KO against Mienshao because the Mienshao was banded. I outsped Mienshao. I could have gotten a kill with Tauros. Excuse me. Tauros just didn't get the kills in the matchup but stayed alive. So Tauros, unfortunately, I think definitely was the weakest link. But I think Tauros is still a fantastic mon. I think a lot of people still need to give Tauros a shot. Tauros is just a sleeper pick, I feel like, and I think a lot of people are gonna really start getting the hang of him with these Gen 4 remakes because he's definitely gonna be one of the best Gen 1, best Gen normal types to use in the league. So coming up next was Aegislash, and I will say this: I had fun with Aegislash, but I think Aegislash is that mon I'm 50-50 about. I think this mon is good. I do think it's good. I think the way I used it was right. I think there was a couple of times I could change the sets. Aegislash didn't finish too highly for us, but I think overall I had some fun using Aegislash. I do think maybe I need to give Aegislash one more chance at some point and then see if I can make it work. But other than that, oh, sorry if you hear noises. I do think Aegislash overall was a fun mon this season, but overall, I do think it's a mon I don't think is for me. But I respect the power that I've seen a lot of people use it, like people like Automatic and some other great people out there that can just list on for days, but we here forever. That use Aegislash effectively well, and I hope maybe one day I can get back to Aegislash and try it again for the future. The mon that I was super happy to have on the team this season just barely misses out on the best of 6 that we had on this team, or I guess the top 5 per se. And the reason why Lapras is just a little bit down is that when it came to some of my lower tier picks, I think they came a little bit more better in the matchup turns with Lapras. And I kind of did not use Lapras a little bit to the best of its abilities in terms of what it could have done. So Lapras overall I had a lot of fun with. It was a great mon, and just overall was super fantastic. And yeah, was a really good mon to use this season. I definitely recommend people giving Lapras a chance. Lapras is so fun. It's just unique, and plus, I mean, I got to run Dragon Dance almost every single week on this thing, but it was just a fun mon. I really did enjoy it. I can see why my good buddy Brendan loves using this Pokemon so much because of how fun it is. So definitely would like to maybe try to give Lapras another chance, maybe in the Gen 4 remakes, who knows, but Lapras overall, very good. And the mon that tops it off just barely, is Hydreigon. Hydreigon did have some high points for us this season. It did get a little bit of a mini kill sweep of some sorts with, again, Hef's team. It provides some good offensive utility for the team. And it came kind of in the clutch in week 1 with us, but I think overall, Hydreigon, I don't think I used that effectively. I think I just, yeah, kept focusing on this thing being physical. I didn't really went try and use special sets. I didn't try to go Scarf, Specs, Band, or anything like that. I focused, I think, a little too much on setup for Hydreigon this season, and it's a little bit of a shame because I know how to. I really do think I know how to play around with Hydreigon. But I think I just was not fully using it to the best of its abilities. So if I get to use it again, I would like to redemption on that one. But overall, I had some fun with this mine. It's definitely one of my favorite dragons to use. I haven't used this thing really at all in the time I've been in draft league, so it's definitely a dragon that I want to start getting the hang of more and start enjoying. So the top 6, which I was a dum dum and didn't label these in, but I think I'm gonna keep the 6 as is. So we're gonna kick off with Luxray. Luxray barely makes top 6 because Luxray did put in some work in the games that we brought it. It definitely put in a great offensive pressure. Once we started getting the agilities up, we started claiming KO after KO after KO. And just having so much fun with Luxray. Luxray, I think, is something of an underrated electric type that I think a lot of people are not using as much. And then with these Gen 4 remakes coming out, if abilities, if hidden abilities are still going to be things with Luxray and all that, I'm telling you right now, Luxray is going to get drafted. This thing is so great. It's an amazing electric type, and I think a lot of people are sleeping on the power and the potential that Luxray has. Serena, this was the first time we went back to Serena instead of WC, but we didn't. And Serena this season started off the first 5 weeks doing great, and then I don't think we brought it at all last 5 weeks. I will say this, and I'm going to say this in the video, so if anything, I would have brought this in the third match against Playmaker. Seeing how he was playing his Mons and everything like that, I think I would have felt really confident enough to bring Serena to the third match this time. Because, again, the only thing that stopped Cinderace on my team was my Volcanion, pretty much. And Volcanion plus Serena would have been a great combination for the rest of his draft. So if I had the chance, I probably would have brought Serena next time instead of anything. Probably, I don't know what I would not have just brought, but definitely would have been the Mon to have brought in the third match if I could. So definitely something I don't mind sharing since now there's no chance of making the playoffs. But Serena, I had some fun with. Serena, I think, could have definitely put in a lot more work. Of things of Haxton and happening against Manbird. But hey, we still did what we did. And overall, had a lot of fun with Serena. Definitely think Serena's a decent grass for me to use. But hopefully I can kind of use it a little bit more and get more intuitive with it and try to use it for some more fun stuff. Next up, Volcanion. I haven't gotten to use Volcanion in so long, and with how we used it, there were some times where Volcanion definitely got robbed. Like Volcanion got robbed in week 4 of trying to do some things to try to claw us back into the game. Then there was obviously week 8 where it was the MVP of the match and really came back for us. We didn't get too many kills and stuff with it, but overall we did have some work with it. And it was definitely one of the late game shining stars for our team that I think was a really good added to the team. So overall, I think was a really great mod. And Archops, I'm putting Archops in the top 3 strictly because I had so much fun using this mod. I had so much fun using this mod. We got to make Power Herb, Meteor Beam sets work. We changed up the sets a little bit every single week, and it was putting in work, my dude. Like, if you have never drafted Archops, give this mon a chance. This mon is so much fun to use. Yes, Defeatus sucks, but overall, I had so much fun with it. It's such an underrated mon, such great potential as a really good Pokemon, and definitely would use this thing in low tier, 100%. This thing is just a fantastic mon, and I really do look forward to hopefully the next chance I get to use Archeops and just see how much more fun I can have with this mon, and just see any more potentials I can have with this. And going up high, we've got Sylveon. Sylveon in the first 5 weeks didn't really do anything. These last 5 weeks, Sylveon popped off. Sylveon didn't get to pop off as much, but Sylveon popped off when it had. It came in clutch against Playmaker in the final week of the season, living that surf on 3 HP. Spoiler alert for that, and coming in clutch with Quick Attack. And then the one match against Joe, where unfortunately he did make some unfortunate misses, but Sylveon getting a 5-0 sweep off of the back of that was really nice. But overall, had a lot of fun with Sylveon. Sylveon is definitely one of my fun fairies to use, and is definitely one of my fun evolutions to use. Only in Draft League, in terms of Let's Plays and stuff like that, I don't know how well I like it. Design-wise, I still don't really kind of like it, but competitively, I love this evolution. It definitely is one of the best Eevee shinies, but it's overall just a fantastic mon. And can't wait to hopefully use it again in the future. But the star of the show was Nidoqueen. Nidoqueen, for I think up to the first like 8-9 weeks, something like that, was in the top 3 for kill leader, and I think it finished with 10-4. It finished with a +6 diff for us, and it's tied. It's gonna be guaranteed tied for in the top 10 for kill leader. And honestly, I'm really surprised how well we did this with this mon. I think Nidoqueen was one of the ones I was a little hesitant to use, but the more and more I used Nidoqueen, the more and more I had so much fun with this Pokemon. Nidoqueen, I think I just know how to use offensively, utility. It's just a fantastic Pokemon. I think it's overall a fantastic mon, and I would 100% recommend people use this. I think after kind of using King and Queen, which I'm using actually both of them in the Wi-Fi leagues, and I've used Queen actually more than I use King because of the matchups and with the decks limited and all that stuff. I honestly think Queen is probably a little bit more better, but King has yet to prove himself to me, so who knows? But I overall love Nidoqueen. Nidoqueen's amazing, and I think it was definitely the MVP and the All Star of our team. But yeah, that's the season. I also had a lot of fun naming all these Pokemon after my good buddies in the Devil's Den Discord, which if you haven't joined already, go ahead and join. Naming these mons after some of my friends like Flame, Brandon, King Eevee, Jalen. I would have named it Beta, one name on one Beta, but there was no jump off here, and plus I don't know what Pokemon Beta likes a lot, so and everything like that, and just really showing the support for them, and also having their backs on my have like it felt like them having their backs with me and everything like that. So overall, had a lot of fun this season. 100% will return once we get everything that know from the Gen 4 remakes, and we know about how the genning system's gonna work, what the timer situation is, and if that's the case, then it goes back to Sword and Shield for its next season. I'll be fine with that as well. I'm I honestly had the best time of my life in draft league with this league. WC was the one league that definitely was having the fun. TBL is the exact same. Hopefully, I don't have to retry in the tryouts because I don't want to be eliminated from a chance to come back to the season. But I had a lot of fun this season. The tryouts were also fun because I got to experiment with new mons and I enjoyed playing with them. And yeah, I think that's about it. And any final words I would like to say? I want to say first off to thank you, Goldola Dragon, for giving me the opportunity to qualify and to eventually make it onto the main roster, and just giving the opportunity to compete in Wi-Fi Draft League, where most leagues probably don't let you because of the fact that you have to use LAN, you have to have a capture card in order to upload your games and use them on YouTube. And for any other Wi-Fi, commissioners out there, just know I understand why you make these rules about, the LAN and upload, because, you want to get thrilling content. Pun was indeed intended there. For, your subscribers, your opponent's subscribers, and all that, the coach's subscribers and everything. It's 100% valid and understandable, and I'm not going to blame you for that. But not having the opportunity to play in Wi-Fi always hurts deep down. But this league gave me the opportunity to play in Wi-Fi, to show my skills, and after, I believe it was after week 1 or week 2, we finished top 5 in the power rankings. We finished on the leaderboards. We got to be in the first place spot a few times, and in the power rankings, we eventually made number 1 on power rankings, which was also pretty awesome. So I'm honestly not mad with my season. I had probably one of the best times of my life in Draft League, and it's been a long time since I've been able to say that. So, to everyone in the TBL, I love you all. You are all fantastic, and I cannot wait to get to play with you guys more and hopefully get to know you guys more. But that is the end of the TBL season and for the Iowa Jolteons. But we will be back next season, and we're coming for that championship. But to everyone else, thank you all much for your love and support on the season, on the season. We gained big subscriber count monage. We got great more viewer monage as well. I had so much fun, and it was honestly the best time of my life. So, thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, share if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time. And until next time, peace.